holds it, yeah, okay.
This is on.
Oh my God, I can't see the, you can see that, okay. Well, you're the boss lady.
This one's on.
Whoops.
Are you still on? I'm
Yeah,
on.
let me just,
Hopefully it doesn't cut you out.
oh, we have both? Oh,
I think so.
okay, wow. You're a very big, you're a very special person here then. You're a very important person. I get a close to you, though, it's all going well.
It's okay. I don't really care. You guys, welcome to Comic Spot here at Comic Strip. Yay! Look who's here with me today. The one and only Michele with one L, Balan. Yeah, you know her from Last Comic Standing, Season 4, Top 5 finalist, and Comedy Central, around the country headlining and on cruise ships too, and she has a cat named Miso.
I just gotta get a job soon, because every food I buy, she likes it for a minute, I buy a case and then she doesn't eat it, I'm gonna kill her. So I eat the
Cats are finicky.
Well, I don't know, well, you know, my first cat with Linda was 25 pounds. Wow. It would eat the plate, you know what I mean? I never had a problem with the cat not eating. I mean, the other one, you couldn't leave food and go away. Wow. Because that cat would eat it up in a minute. You couldn't leave it.
Yeah.
And this one, I opened tuna fish. I thought they liked tuna fish. I opened a can and smells it and walks away. I'm like, what do you want, you little beastie? What do you want? I can never make you happy. I can't make you happy. So, you know, I love it. But when I leave, she looks sad. I get depressed. I don't want to get another cat to keep her company because I'm nuts. Yeah.
It's the cutest cat.
It is cute, isn't she?
She's so cute.
Linda took care of her for a weekend for me when I was away, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does Miso get up on the windowsills and look at the beautiful view?
Now she is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets up on the windowsills, yeah. Which always made me nervous, but because I'm neurotic. The window's gonna open, she's gonna fall, but you know, I have it all, so it's good. She does, I like that. She's, you know.
And I don't know about you guys and your pets, but I had a beagle and he would sit and watch TV, and Miso, her cat, watches TV. So she turns it on cat channel.
Yeah, did you see the picture the other day? She was watching a crime show. I said, shut that off. That is not good programming for you. You're not going to learn how to kill someone. You're not going to do it.
You want to keep her away from the shows that
I swear to God, because she looks at me. Okay, keep it up. Keep it up. They had talked to me like that again. Yeah, do it. I'm watching TV. I learned. Yeah. So one day she'll just kill me. Like my first cat, my sister who said that wanted me to adopt it, said the cat was on death row. That was the way she described it. This cat's on death row. I never heard that before. Death row for a cat?
No.
Death. I go, what crime did this cat commit? That's on death row. Is it going to slice my throat while I'm sleeping? I wake up in the morning, be no more money in my wallet. Everything was taken. The furniture's gone.
Maybe they meant she was going to be a rapper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, maybe that. Yeah, there you go. By the way, I love those glasses.
Thank you, they're fake.
I know, you said that.
I'm taking all my glasses and taking all the lenses out. Gladys wants me to wear glasses that are big, and I don't want to spend money to make Gladys happy.
So, do you need glasses to see?
No. I mean, I have a pair at home for reading.
Right.
You know, but as far as going out with sunglasses or glasses to be in the club, I don't need that. I need it for reading.
Right.
So.
But it looks good on you, but don't people look at you and go, okay, what's wrong with this woman? She has glasses on. Should somebody tell her there's no lens in there? I don't know if she knows.
I'm making a spectacle.
Yeah. This lady's got a problem. He's like, you can look at her. No lenses.
Somebody came up to me yesterday and said, people are wondering why you're doing that. And I go, you tell them to mind their fucking business.
There you go. Look at her.
I'm happy.
Say, well, you know, I can't afford it all, so I'm getting one lens at a time. This was just a frame. Tomorrow I go for this lens, the next day I go for this lens. So then I pay, because these fucking things were $800.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Wow.
These glasses, $800. I said to them, am I going to see into the future? For $800, I should. That's how crazy it is. It's crazy. Yeah. And I need mine. I can't see without them.
I get my glasses free because I'm a veteran, right?
Ah.
Yeah, but they don't have cool glasses. They have like army issue.
You mean you can't get any glasses you want? It's just got to be what they like from their store, the Army store, the Army and Navy store.
It has to be like GI issue. But if they are behind in scheduling, then they send you out to the real doctors in the community, and then you can pick out whatever the hell Warby Parker.
Really? So otherwise, everybody goes there and gets the glasses, so everybody has the same glasses pretty much?
Yeah.
I see, yeah.
What you want to do is book an appointment when they're busy.
Right. Are they busy a lot?
Yeah, they are.
There's a lot.
Especially lately, all the cutbacks and that kind
Oh,
so half the doctors.
are not there anymore, so you could go and, yeah, there you go.
It's a very tense environment right now.
That's a good time to go and get you, so they could get, and it's free.
Yeah.
I knew I should have been in the Navy. The 7 seas. Okay, so you know what, I don't know Linda that long.
No. Probably 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, I don't even know how we first met, because I gotta be honest, I want to interview her, because I don't understand her life.
Oh.
She's going, she's coming. I put on the thing, she's in San Francisco, the next morning she's on the beach in Brooklyn. I don't know I can't keep up with this lady. I don't know where she's getting comedy spots all over the place. I go, who is this Linda, Marcus?
Who's Linda fucking Marcus Smith?
My God, and when I first met, that's what I would look at. I go, who is this woman? And what's her background? Why is she all over the place now? She gets it. And you do. You're all over the world. You're like, where's Waldo? There's little Linda. There's little Linda. There's little Linda. And I'm like, I was always intrigued by that, because and then when I met you, and then your story is that you were, a veteran. I'm like, I don't understand what that has to do with her being all over the world doing comedy. Just trying to put it together. And okay. Is this part of, the Army or the Navy, infiltrating comedy clubs? I don't know. Because I'm being honest, I'm so confused by you. And you really, I'm not, you really, you go everywhere. You're everywhere. You have so much energy and drive. You know how long it took me to just get my sneak shoes on to come here on the bus? I don't know, and I look at you and I get mad at myself.
Oh.
I go, look what she's doing. Get up, you lazy son of a bitch. Get up there and do something. So really, do other people, let's hear a little from her. Look, whoever's out there. I don't know if you're curious, but I sure. And I haven't really even seen you do comedy yet, have I?
You saw me do my Vakakta one-woman show that was more sad than it was funny.
Yeah, well, it's okay. But, did you do something recently that I might have seen you?
No. I tried out and I came to watch you on stage, but no, you've never been in the audience when I've done a type 5. You've never seen me be type.
I have nothing type. I don't know how you type 5, but, are you doing a type 5 tonight?
Mm-hmm.
I might have to say, maybe a loose 10, and maybe, all right.
It'd be so cool if you'd be on the show.
Well, I didn't speak, Gladys, she runs.
I'll step off to
No. Gladys, she runs a tight ship. She really, and I do cruises, but her ship is the tightest, let me tell you. Mm-hmm. She's funny. I don't know if anybody out there knows Gladys, Gladys's show at the comic strip.
She's the reason I moved here.
Really?
Yeah, anytime my first trip, somebody okay, so I'm always depressed. Can we be honest? Like
Okay.
some of you don't want to admit it, but maybe can identify.
I'm with you. I'm very depressed all the time too.
Cool.
So it's like, I used to do a joke, my doctor says I'm bipolar. I go, I can't be, I'm never happy. Because one time she's depressed and happy, okay, for those that don't know.
Yeah, for those that
it's a little
don't
up and down.
didn't get the
mood swing.
vibe.
Yeah. So, okay, so good. Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that, okay.
Yeah, so, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I have nothing to show for nothing, and I have a sister that's never made a mistake in her life, and I'm like the black sheep of the family, but I'm funny,
Yeah.
And so, I raised a daughter, and I spoiled her to pieces.
Right.
Never said no to her, gave her whatever she wanted, and now she has that thing where she doesn't talk, not aphasia, not the good disease. She has
That's a good disease. Okay, they're good diseases, which
it's a good excuse.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
she has that thing called, I fucking hate my mother.
Oh, that disease, okay, yeah.
It's going around.
That's rampant, I'll tell you, yeah.
She didn't talk to me, so I'm already depressed.
I know you haven't seen her in years from your
11
show. 11 years.
The day that we went our separate ways was the day I called a comedy club, and I said, "You want to save my life? Teach me comedy today." And they're like, "What?" And I go,
Wow.
"You heard me." So I like the more, okay, here, why I'm here in New York and love Gladys is because the more depressed I am, the more people I have to make laugh. Because like if I'm this depressed, then this many people have to laugh today. To balance it. I know that's a diagnosis, but
it's a little weird, but I don't want to jump in yet. But
so one day I was so damn depressed, I wrote 82 jokes.
Wow.
I don't remember them. My phone rang and Betty Longden in Vancouver, Washington called to tell me I wrote 82 jokes and she was going to block me on the Facebook.
Wait, you wrote them on Facebook?
Oh,
I was like, how did she know you wrote 82 jokes?
I missed the part.
You skipped the whole thing. This woman just happened to know by us. You wrote 82. Okay, now we go back.
She's a damn psychic.
But I love what you said on the Facebook. On the Facebook.
So you know she's
on the Instagram, okay.
And I was like, why? And she goes, you wrote 82 jokes and I read them all and I missed my doctor's appointment. And I thought, boy, I bet he's glad. So I just keep writing jokes, you know.
Right.
And
so she liked your jokes and she was reading them and that's why she didn't go to the doctor.
Yeah, she skipped past.
She's killed herself after that.
Look up Betty Longden. If you like me, thank her. If you don't,
oh my goodness.
We'll kick your ass.
See, her life is way more exciting than mine. That's why I want to interview her. So
I'm writing these jokes, and at the time, Facebook was saying, "Hey, you got 100,000 likes on your stupid jokes.
Wow.
Hey, you got 200,000 likes on your shtick. 300, 500. All of a sudden, my phone rings. Hey, you think you're so damn smart? Why don't you go to New York to Comic Strip Live and see how great you are in a tough New York audience?"
Who said that to you?
Nobody. I mean, I'm exaggerating. Helene Witt called and she said, you should come out and do comedy.
Did you know her before?
No.
Oh, you guys met
on Facebook when she sees all these likes. She's like, this lady's going somewhere. I have to get to know her.
Yeah, she's going everywhere. She's all over the place. Go ahead.
So I'm writing all these jokes and I get invited here. And, I'm doing stupid. Oh, man. Don't you look back and think your jokes were stupid? Poor Gladys.
Yeah.
But Gladys thought.
I had a few that I was like, I really said that, yeah. But then I'm looking back, going, geez, that's a great joke. I had to bring that back.
Yeah.
Update it a little bit. I'm like, because I can't write 80. I can't write anything anymore. I have nothing to say anymore. But go ahead.
It's Jerry Corley's fault.
Yeah.
The comedy trainer. He said, I can teach you, sign up for the class. I can teach you how to write 30 jokes a day. But he forgot that I have OCD.
Right. Oh boy.
So when I'm sad, I write jokes.
Well, is that better than taking drugs and killing yourself? I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they say. It's it's really the despair that pushes the comedy.
Yeah.
It's like that's why they go, all comics have sad lives and all that. And I really think a lot of it that is true.
Yeah, I do too.
And I always say, you know what? I would have either been a comic or a serial killer. And I don't have the kind of energy to be a serial killer. That's a lot of schlepping. So I became a comic. But because we do have to do one or the other. We either kill ourselves or kill the audience somehow. Yeah.
Yes. So I came out here, and even though I sucked and my jokes were, horrible, Gladys saw something in me. And so I feel like I owe Gladys everything. People say, how come do you set up the room? How come do you commit Thursdays to be at Gladys's? Well, Gladys saw my potential before I really did.
Right.
I wanted to, but I didn't really believe I had it.
Right.
She did.
She's a sweetie, Gladys.
Yeah. So I just keep trying to be whatever.
So this woman, Helene Witt, says to you, you got to come to New York.
Yeah.
And you were where at the time?
I was living in Oregon, Portland, Oregon.
Okay, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
And you said, all right, I'm on my way.
Yeah, I just got.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, right then and there is like, wow,
Yeah.
I lived in New York my entire life. You know where I went? Jersey. I traveled on the cruise, but you know what? I said, I can never, I'm afraid to live anywhere but New York. I'm just so used to being here my whole life. And when I hear people go, I just moved to New York, I'm like, you moved to this crazy city by yourself. I mean, I have to, because even I, as a Brooklyn girl, and I was tough when I was young, get a little bit like, this is a crazy place, I might have to get out of here. And these people come all by themselves, and I'm like, God bless.
Yeah.
Man.
I've tried living here 3 different times. In the 90s with my daughter. That was a fiasco. That lasted a year in Bensonhurst.
I know Bensonhurst. I know
I love the
Cousins,
Italians
yeah.
that were there, and
I used to be there a lot, yeah.
and I sold newspaper ads for the Brooklyn papers that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went back. You know, I did everything to spoil my daughter, but during that year was great. And I even barked for Stand Up New York that year. And then I came back here and
For
tried.
those listening, barking isn't barking. There might be one or two people, I don't know, that don't know. That means trying to get people into the club. They call it barking. Come on in, come see these leader comics. They've been on every TV show. Me watching their first time. Come on, they've been on every show. Yeah.
I told everybody Robin Williams is on tonight.
Yeah. I used to do that in Provincetown. Opening for me tonight is Britney Spears. And I'm her sister, Broccoli Spears. And I had an accident. I became a vegetable. But anyhow, okay. But I just get dumber and dumber. I get dumber.
It's a great place to practice your crowd work in front of. And so I came here the second time and tried living part of the time in Philly and part of the time in New York City, and that was a fiasco. Tried another time living in upstate, and that was a fiasco. This time, I don't care how rough comedy gets. I don't care how rough it is wherever I live. I don't care. I'm not going to go back, you know, out west. I'm staying here until I croak. I'm staying in comedy no matter how hard it gets.
Mm-hmm. And at our age, it could be any minute now.
No,
Yeah.
every day people be dying.
Oh, I know people. I mean, all the time. I mean, I'm waiting to look at my picture on Facebook. You know, you know, R.I.P. You know, I mean, I've lost so many people. I mean, but we're at the age that you know, our friends are all like us, and they just drop like flies. It's scary. You know, I feel like I'm up at the plate. You know what I mean, all the time.
Yeah, this is our last hurrah. Really.
Oh, this is definitely. Otherwise, we live. You know, nothing come back. But yeah, no, I mean,
you know, you're at that last hurrah when people get done hearing you on stage and go, "You inspire me." You're still doing comedy.
Right. How did you get up on that stage? That's high. How did you get up there?
How the hell?
You amaze me. I know. And it's so crazy because in the comedy world, I mean, you know, I've been around. I've been doing this since I was on Comedy Central in '93. Stand up, short attention span theater. Yeah, I've been.
Wow.
How many years? I don't even know how many years that is. I don't even know. It's a long time. But
35.
oh my God, I gotta leave. I gotta go kill myself. No, I gotta make the most out of the few minutes that I have left. So I've been at this a long time, and it's so funny because now I don't know any of these comics. I don't know. It's like a busloads come in of new young comics. People that they don't know. It's a different world.
I'm very sensitive, and I get my feelings hurt for other people's sagas. Always have. I used to skip school to go watch people on trial in the court. Like I didn't have enough. My mom says, "Don't you have enough?" No, I don't have enough problems. So I feel bad when I've worked at comedy clubs. I feel really bad for the legends that walk in, and the young people have no clue of the history and who's walking in.
No, they don't know. They don't know. But it's okay. The legends, they made their name. You know, if they're a legend, they'll probably figure out who it is. But I mean, I went into New York. Gladys and I go way back. I mean, when she first started this, Gladys's room and some, you know, I don't know which one was it first a seafood restaurant? You know, you tell jokes and go home smelling like shrimp. And she used to make fun of that. And Al Martin and his comedy club, New York Comedy Club up on 42nd Street, was such a, you know, his clubs are always really pretty. So you go up there, and I would say, well, if we get enough people in here, we could buy a doorknob for people to come in. So that's it. So I know Al when he started, and this one started, and all of that. And so, you know, and there was some people back then that, you know, I can't think that were legends. I mean, if I had memory, I would remember who the people were, but they were big
Like
names
I've
back
seen
then.
Jackie Mason sit here and nobody knows who it is. They just think it's some old man.
Yeah, well,
You know?
well, he's dead now. I hope he's not sitting here anymore. But
Yeah, probably is in spirit.
he's a nasty man. Nasty
I
man.
heard.
But yeah, funny. But
Yeah.
no, they don't know. You know, I was, for instance, I was on a cruise, and there was a show on this cruise that was really, you know, musical show, and the lead had to leave, and so they told me that Melba Moore was taking the lead. Now, all these kids that are in the cast are like, Melba Moore. So they go, who? Melba Moore. It's going to be on your show. Who? I said, I want you to look her up. She's won Grammys, everything else. Please look her up. You should know this. You're in the cast. You should know this.
Should.
This is important stuff. I was like, Melba Moore. I was like, starstruck.
Totally.
Yeah. And these kids, I don't know who that singer is, you know.
I've even seen the comedy club owners, bookers, agents not know when a legend walks in the door. And like I was with Wise Guys in Vegas, I've seen people come through there to the open mic, ask if they could just do a guest spot, maybe a 10-minute guest spot, because they're a legend.
Yeah.
You can name that. And the club,
They don't know.
they don't know.
I went to the New York Comedy Club on 24th Street. I did live till I just moved around the corner. And I opened that with Al. I mean, I was there when he opened that room, when he opened it. I didn't open it by, buying it, but, that's how far back. But I go in there and I go, I'd like to, they wanted to sell me a ticket for the show. And I go, well, no, I'm a comedian. She goes, well, we're not taking on any new comedians right now. New comedians. I was gonna say to her, you know what? I was doing this when you were fucking born, you little shit. But
Yeah.
because it does upset you after a while. You're like, we don't take on new comedians. Maybe I should have been. Maybe I should have been happy that she thought I was young enough to be new. I don't know, but that's the way it is. Terrible. They didn't want anything to do with me, and I was like, I was here when this place opened.
I think if somebody has a comedy club, they should really study comedy history and what the technique of comedy. And like I've seen a lot of comedy clubs just put up TikTok sensations, and they don't know
That's
they're
all they care.
dumbing
Yeah,
down.
that's the new thing. Well,
Yeah.
it's like before TikTok, it was Twitter. If you had a lot of Twitter followers and all that, that's all they cared about. And I remember once I was watching a late night show, and all they could say is, "This guy's coming up. He has so many 10 million Twitter followers. He got Twitter followers, Twitter." And he gets up there, and he like tanked.
Yeah, they do
Because it's not your Twitter followers.
Yeah, it doesn't translate.
No. I mean, maybe funny, right? I mean, there's funny people who write, but they're not funny
Yeah.
on stage, but they're good writers.
Well, just take an actress that stands on stage for the first time and thinks that he or she is going to be funny because they're an actress.
Yeah.
No,
they're not. Yeah, usually it's pretty sad. Yeah. And, but it's true. It's just, it's different. I remember when I was just off Last Comic Standing, and I was spending some time in LA, and we went to, I don't know, these women would manage me, I don't know, all of a sudden it was a whirlwind. And we go to this agent's, you know what they asked me at this agent's office? Do you blog? Before the Twitter and blogging.
Oh, yeah.
Do I what? Do you blog? I was going to say, is that personal?
Where's
It's
HR?
like, yeah, are you writing, people listening? That was the most important thing. Do you, are you blogging?
It is always
That's what it
something.
was. And well, a lot of these people, they don't want to do the work. You do the work, and then they take you on. You got 8 million people listening to you? Okay, now we'll represent you.
Yes.
Why should we build the audience for you?
I know there's a Vegas comedian, and she said she was going to take me on tour with her, but her agent wouldn't send her on tour till she had 100,000 followers. She's got like 86,000, but she can't have a tour till she hits 1,000, because then she's going to be funnier.
That's stupid. Well, this agent is stupid. Yeah. Well, it's a different, exactly. It's not about being funny or talent. I mean, way back when I started, like the 80s, there was no followers, And if they were, you were pretty scared. They'd be running from them. They're stalkers back then. This is different, it's a different world.
Different.
And kind of glad I'm almost done with it, get to the end soon,
Yeah. I had somebody tell me this week, you want to become famous? I go, yeah, it'd be nice to be famous because I like doing things for the military. And the more famous I am, the more things I could get on the Harris and Me, USO, that kind of thing. And he goes, yeah, but your problems get bigger. I thought, he's got a point. Maybe I got it easy not being famous.
He says your problems. Was this a famous person who said this?
No, but the way he calculated is the bigger, your stages, and you have more people and more pressure.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is more responsibility, things you say. Now, I can say things nobody's going to listen. I mean,
This whole room.
This is my audience. And, but they say one stupid thing and it's blowing up. Well, right now it's because of all the social networks. It's blown out of proportion. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yes.
But, you know, it's like the same thing, being rich and having all these homes, and everybody says, well, now, you have all these people to pay, you have all of this, you have all of that, you know. You think it's easier, but it's harder. But let me decide that once you give me all those houses and money, I'll let you know how hard it is then. But, you know, I went through that when I was, you know, I've been up and down, I've been 93, No, before that, I was working way before I was on the Comedy Center. I was doing it a while. That's when somebody saw me, and I have stories about, you know, the ups and downs, and the, you know, really gonna kill myself, you know, the suicide is like, this is it, I can't take it, you know, because it hurts.
It does hurt.
You're so judged by this. It hurts.
These are our jokes,
Yeah.
our babies.
It's you and them, and you, and it is personal. They said, don't take it personally. Well, how else would I take it?
Yeah.
Of course I take it personally. It's about me. I said, I did the biggest bomb years ago. I swear to God, all I do is talk about it. So I said, you gotta let that go. It was, I can't even tell you how many. And I swear, it's like post-traumatic stress from this bomb, still. And I can't. I almost can't. It's in my book. I'm writing a memoir. Yeah, I have some pages. I'm getting it done hopefully soon. You can all write it.
I want to buy that book.
Yeah, well, hopefully it's done before I'm dead. I gotta really get to my writing. See, you get things done. I get nothing done. All I do is yell at myself. Why didn't you do this?
Me too.
You lazy bastard. Get up and go. I'm really.
I beat myself up. Like today, I lost my keys. It took me an hour to quit yelling at myself. I had to turn
that was you just, you know, look. You misplace things. I'm very ADHD. I'm taking this course now and see how bad it is, but I am so bad. And that's part of what the problem is with me getting anything done. They say that's it. It's so, you know, procrastination. It's just like, and then I do, then I don't want to do. I mean, I don't even know what projects I'm working. I got 8 million of them. None of it. I said, no, I never finished. I said, when I'm dead, I want them to put on my tombstone, she finally finished something. I swear that's going to probably be the only thing. And then I get mad at myself. It's like a vicious cycle. You don't do it, but then you're like beating yourself up. You see, this is why you're never going to get anywhere. It's like, I don't even know who that is. My mother died when I was 10. It couldn't be her. I don't even know who that person is.
Wow.
Yeah, so I don't even know who that person is yelling at.
You're so lucky your mother
Well, so it's hard, and I beat myself. I think I guess a lot of us, you know, and then I get depressed, and all I have to do is get up and do it, but it's just, I'm in my own way.
Yeah.
And I've been in my own way, you know. I mean, I had opportunities. Opportunity didn't knock, they called, they wrote, they rang the bell, you know what I mean? And I would just, you know, not pay attention and just, you know, so, you know, and I don't know, it's part of our, you know, our mental illnesses that we all have,
yes.
Especially in this business, you know, and you are judging yourself. And I'm telling you, I'm still, you know, crazy about that bomb I had so many years ago. And, you know, it's hard because that's who you think you are.
Yes, absolutely.
That's who you are. Not the people who are loving you. It's the person that doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've had thousands enjoy me on these ships and all of that. And then you get a couple of bad ones and you're like, what's wrong with me? I used to be funny. I'm not funny anymore. But what I realized when I first got asked to do cruises, I was like, I don't want to do that. I heard that, you know, once.
You got asked to do cruises? Do you know how many people are standing in line trying to scratch their head to figure out how to get
Well, but this was, you know, a while ago. I mean, it was after Last Comic Standing, and an agent came to me and said, you want to do cruise ships? And I said, no. Because I had the opinion that once you're out there, it's done. You're out to sea, you're going, you know, because that's, you know, you have people like Simon Cowell going, you're just a cruise singer, you know what I mean? And you thought, oh God, he's just a cruise comic, you know what I mean? So, all right, I did but the very first cruise I ever did, which was, you know, different than regular cruises, I was invited to do an all-gay men's cruise. Sandra Bernhardt, Nell Carter was on it, all these celebrities, and me, and moi. So that was my very first on the water on a ship. But it was very different back then. And they paid me so well. This was like, holy crap, all of it. But I became good friends with Nell Carter.
I loved her.
Oh, she's great. She was actually on my CD, my first CD that I recorded in '99 at the Improv in LA. It was, you know, remember that group, Neurotic by Nature?
Yes.
Well, my CD is called No, naughty by nature. I'm neurotic by
Oh,
nature.
yeah,
No, I took it off after naughty by nature. Someone is neurotic by nature. And so I wrote that I produced that 19, well, I didn't produce it. There was a, producer that was doing these CDs. And so I wrote a song parody, and she came up. I tried to sing some of it. I'm not really a singer, but I sang some. She came up, and also another woman, Carlise Burke, who's an actress. She came up. So it's two powerful black women and a little Jew in the middle, and singing. I wrote a song. I'm everything I am. I'm everything I am because you left me. It's very funny.
Wow.
So it was, and so that's on my CD. I should let you hear that. I haven't listened to it in years. So anyway, so I met her, became friends with her. So that was my only cruise. But then after that, these regular cruises, and I thought this is the end if I do that.
How are you enjoying the cruise?
But now, like you said, people are like, they call me, how do I get on a cruise? I think you gotta buy a ticket. I don't know. Yeah, because you know why? After I went through the initial, I went on those ships and I saw talent that blew me away. I'm like, what? I mean, I'm seeing people do, these, aerialists on America's Got Talent. I'm seeing better on cruise ships.
Wow.
These people are so talented, singers, songwriters, and dancers, and magicians, and I'm like, holy, if the world knew the kind of entertainment and shows that go on, that I went from I don't want to be here to like, I can't believe I'm here.
Wow.
That's how good they are. And then after that I said, you know what, Michelle, look at me. I was blown away. And then luckily I just started doing them. And I've spoken to other acts. Part of us feel like, well, I'm not at the comedy clubs, I'm not going to get selected for anything, I'm not going to, we come here for exposure.
Mm-hmm.
But then I thought, I'm making good money.
You do make good money.
We're making good money. I've seen the world. I've gone everywhere. You're freezing, I'm on the beach. You know what I mean? And so I realized that is, and I heard this from other, these cruise acts had to say this to me. Look, did I want to be famous? Of course everybody does. But they would say, but am I successful? I'm feeding my family with this. I bought a house working on a ship. I guess I'm successful. That's what they would say.
Yeah, that's
And you know what? If this is where it's going to be, I may not be in theaters. I may not be like, these couple of big names and all, but I make a great living. I raised my family, and so that's successful. And I have to take that and I go, yeah, I am a success.
That's so cool.
You know what? I'm making a living, and I don't know how to save the living, but it's okay. But that's people have to know that's success too. It's not giving up. It's like, I'm lucky to be there.
Yeah. You talked about wanting to give up, and I've been there quite a few times. In fact, I've given up quite a few times, and I've decided never to do that again, because then people remember, didn't you quit? So I'm done. But like, what gets you through the tough times?
Well, it's hard, even when I'm doing this now. What is it, 35 years? You said? 40 years, however many years. And I'm only, 45. And so, what gets you through? It's hard. I have to, I have a network, which is great, and it has to be comedy friends. Because your other friends don't understand. Yeah. If you're feeling bad about this, they don't get it. You know what I mean? They're regular, they're laymen. You know what I mean? They don't know. Their boss gets mad at them, whatever, but what we do, it's a whole different thing, and only other people in this business understand the depression. So there's a couple of friends I call, and we would say, I'm on the comedy shelf, which means we're in the window about to throw ourselves out of the window. I'm on the comedy sill, what I mean, the window sill. So we call, and we'd all pick each other up and remind how good they are, how good I am, but only people in this, your friends in the business are the only ones that really get it. Wow.
I was on an open mic at a club near here, and not at Gladys's, and I did my set, and I got a lot of laughs. I'm not saying I never say I killed. I just got a lot of laughs. Mm-hmm. I sat down right there, mm-hmm. and the next guy came up, and he was doing his stuff, and he stopped and looked at me, and he said, "I hate you." And I went, well, that's funny. Yeah. And then he turned his back right here, put his ass in my face, and started twerking. And then he got done and he said, "That's some really old pussy right there." and I had to call a couple of
Wow.
friends. I called Gladys, I called Jean.
He's the one that's an asshole, not you.
Yeah,
Did the audience react to that?
they laughed their asses off. And then one by one, privately outside, they said that they were really sorry he did that to me. But where were they when it was happening? They were having.
They laughed at that.
Yeah, I would have if somebody did that to
No,
me.
I would have stood up right then and there. I would have. No.
But
As a matter of fact, I was at the Boston Comedy Club. You probably don't remember. That was way back when in the Village, you know.
the Boston Comedy Club in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
They what's his name? All the famous comics used to go there. You know, and that's where I saw. If I had a memory, they're all the big names from back then, and we'd all be there at Boston Comedy Club, and it was in like Bleakest, one of those. Anyhow, so
A street.
yeah. So I was there one night, and I was doing like a spot right after this guy gets on before me, and all he is doing is talking bad about vagina. I hate vagina. Blah 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 blah. And I swear to God, I was this close to getting up. But then I said, Michelle, you're doing the spot next, so shut up, sit down, you know. But I would have heckled if I wasn't doing. But I got up and I said, you know, ladies, the only vagina I don't like is the one he came out of. Because I was sitting there, you know, waiting. I go, I don't know if I could be able to hold myself back before, so I had to say something. I had to say something. And you know what? Because, let's face it, men comics, they don't, you know, they still all think women suck. They, you know, unless they want to fuck them, then it's a different story. But, you know, otherwise it's like, lady comic. They said that about me, lady comic. I go, who makes you think I'm a lady? I was a lady. But, you know, but it's still the same. It's still the same as it always was, you know. Male comics get away with everything, and, you know, right away we're judged. Oh, it's a woman comic. Women are not that funny. Really? I say all the big shows were women comics that had those big shows in the daytime. Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Did you have yours? You know, and, you know, it's really still the same. It's so hard. It's so hard to be a woman in any field, I think.
It is. It is.
You know, if I come back, I don't want to be a woman. I'd rather be a, you know, cocker spaniel. I don't want to.
I don't have a cock. I want to have a cocker spaniel.
Exactly.
Identity.
I mean, because it's hard. I mean, you know, a show that I do, I talk about, you know, why would a man want to become a woman? You know, I talk about that in my show. Why would you want to be a woman? And, you know, it's hard. It's so hard. It really is.
I make fun of it, you know, like my comedy is very self-deprecating.
Yeah.
Because my life is a pile of shit. I created it and I own it. And some of these new younger people that are woke, they're into women's don't self-deprecate. I'm like, please give me a break.
Yeah.
This is my life,
Right.
my story.
Right.
You don't get to dictate my persona.
Right. Exactly. It's like, you know, I know it's like, you shouldn't talk, you know, I believe comedy is truth. It's not like, hey, have a good day. You know, it's like, it comes from it within. I mean, that's what makes it a good comedy, because you're really, you know, exposing yourself and you're writing jokes about, I mean, look, I'm thinking most of the comedians are all insecure. Have you met some big names that, you know, you could say that, you know, their social skills are like, and, you know, and, you know, that they're suffering, you can see it in their face. But, you know, I just think most comedians are driven, and that's what drives everyone, all of us. It is that, you know, and I laugh at self-deprecating. See, I'm not the kind of, I don't like when comics pick on people. I don't like that.
I'm too sensitive.
I would rather pick on myself.
Me too.
I mean,
74 years of bullshit to make fun of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll be on the ships and they'll be like, it's such a cast of characters out there. They're really different. And I'll do some crowd work and I'll say, but you know, I normally just will apologize if I say something that's, you know, I think is, you know, hurtful or whatever. But
Me too.
I mean, somebody comes up, yeah, and just like, who the fuck are you to talk about that person? Who are you? You know, to say bad things. What do you can't stop eating or whatever? It's like, who the fuck are you?
So
you know?
ridiculous. these young, and a lot of times it's
By the way, can I say fuck on this
yeah,
side?
please say
Oh,
fuck.
because I've got it already, okay.
Well, I was doing comedy at the VA hospital
Mhm.
on 23rd, and I just think it's funny that in 1973 I was sexually harassed, and now I'm living with it, and I have a lot of PTSD from it.
Right.
And how does that affect a 74-year-old? Well, let me tell you. And there were these kids
Right.
in the audience, young girls that had just gotten out of the military, and they were bawling their
Right.
eyes out. And they came up to me after and confronted me that it's not funny to make fun of women PTSD from sexual harassment, let alone worse, and that they just got out and went through a lot. And I said, okay, well,
Yeah.
that's your life,
Right.
and that was my life.
So they didn't like it. They thought, I would think, thank you for bringing it up because it still happens. I'm sure it's still happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could, it's your experience. You know what? It's this new woke generation. You know, go back to sleep. We don't need you awoke. You know,
I mean, talked to the guy in Vegas that booked me for the Veterans in Politics, Nevada Veterans in Politics had me do the Nevada military ball for the Marines. I'm doing my jokes that are self-deprecating. I come from Portland.
yeah,
This was all a bunch of Republicans. I'm from Portland. Sphincters tighten. And
yeah.
I used to shoplift. Sphincters tighten. And I get all done with all the shit that I done wrong. And he says, if you think you're funny, you're delirious. You need serious psychological help.
Oh, God.
I need you there to go fight this.
Oh, man, I would
Dude.
picking on the wrong fucking girl. I'll tell you that much.
I'm like, wow.
I was-
Thanks.
Hey, look, I was a tough Brooklyn girl. Me and my friends, we used to steal bicycles and have gang. Yeah, I'm not kidding. I was a tough little Brooklyn girl, but now that shit makes me crazy. And I still to this day, I will stick up for somebody I don't even know on a bus. Linda would say to me, "Please don't get into any fights today. Could you go leave the house and not get into any fights?" Because I will. I'm on a bus and this. You know, I'm sitting and the guy gets on, a young girl sitting over there, doing her thing, and he goes, oh, he's trying to say something to her, blah, blah, blah. And I can tell she's getting nervous, and she's like, no. And I said, she's telling me she's not interested. You know, just leave her alone, okay, guy? So he's like, you know, like, who the fuck am I? And I'm like, she doesn't want you to talk to her.
It's that simple.
And I said to the girl, come sit over here by me.
Absolutely.
And he's like, you know what? I have a taser and pepper spray in my pocket, and I am not afraid to use it. You know? So.
I have taser and pepper spray, and I'm not afraid to use it. I will.
I will too. I swear, I keep thinking, I should graduate to a gun. But then, I know me, I would be in jail. I would be, because that guy would have said something, I would have shot him. That would be the end. You know, because
We need to get out
We
of here
do,
because they're going to be showing up in like
Oh,
10
okay.
minutes and thinking that they can come in early.
Who's they?
The comedians that are going to be on at 5:30, they check in at 10. So we should wrap it up.
Okay.
Where do you want people to follow you? Where will you be performing? It's about you, really. I know it's been about me. But
That's about you. Tell them where you're performing, because you're doing a hell of a lot more than I am. What am I doing? I did a spot here the other night up here. Right now, I'm home. I just came from like 3 different cruises I did. And what do I have coming up? Do I have anything? I'm doing a couple, like a benefit for our friend who passed away. He was a friar and blah, blah, blah. A lot of entertainers. What's his name?
George Bennett?
No. Oh, he died a long time
A
ago.
long time.
Why can't I think of his name? Anyway, he was 46, had a heart attack.
Who was
46.
that? Just recently?
Yeah, not long ago.
Shoot.
What the hell's his name? So I'm doing that. You know, I'll when are we doing that? We're doing it at I think at the Triad Theater
Oh, I
on
love
June something or other.
that. Okay.
And yeah, raised money his wife and all of that. I mean, it was just like he got up and 46. So and then I have, you know, this guy, he asked me to do his little show in a gay drag bar. You know, they loved me last time, so they want me to come back. I mean, you know, little things. I'm not doing any major things right now.
Do you have another spot coming up here at Comic Strip?
Oh yeah, I do. I think it's on the 20th.
20th?
I have to get that phone in my calendar. I have no idea.
We'll go to
Yeah.
your Facebook and look where
Yeah.
you're going to be. But if it's the 20th, I'll see if I'm free, because
Yeah.
I love to watch you. Yeah, you don't want to spend time watching the people at the open mic.
Yeah.
Pick up
Yeah,
that.
yeah, all you do is get worse. If you want to find, I'm Michele Balan on Facebook and Balan, wherever, everything else is all my name. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's been terrific, hasn't she? She's so great in person and on stage. Yeah, you gotta get out and see her. If you want a real treat from a real entertainer, this is it. And I remember the first time I met you out in the lobby, because people see me on Facebook and they go, what the hell is with this old lady doing comedy? Some of her stuff has typos.
Yeah.
She's all over everywhere and she writes all kinds of
82 jokes, yeah.
And when you met me in person, you said, now I get it.
Yeah.
Like you took one look at me and you go, oh, okay, I
Yeah.
get it. She's no
Yeah,
threat.
yeah. Well, it's not even that. It's good. It makes you happy. Fuck everybody. Do what makes you happy.
That's all I'm
If this
saying.
is the comedy you want to do, then do it.
I'm taking my military shows around the country this year.
Okay,
So I
great.
have one coming up here at Dangerfields. I'd love you to perform.
Oh, I love Dangerfields. I haven't been there. I gotta get in touch with them yet.
Yeah,
I did
so
a couple of
that's
spots there.
Veterans Day. I'm the producer of the Veterans
Yeah.
Show.
Now, your comedians, are they all?
No,
Veterans?
they're all everything. Anybody that wants to entertain the troops, I'm gonna fill that place
Oh,
with vets.
nice. Oh, they're gonna come. Oh, with vets.
Yeah,
Because my cat needs to be checked. So if you could bring a vet to see my cat.
express your cat's anal glands. And then I'm
good.
doing,
Yeah,
I'm
let me
doing a
know.
vet show in Phoenix area, JB's
Nice.
Comedy Club on September
Oh,
11th.
I know that place too. Yeah, yeah. Good for you. And you get all these vets to come.
Somehow it's gonna happen.
I love you. I love that you're determined and that you have faith.
You know why I'm doing this? Because the men won't put me on their shows. So, okay, fine. Let's see you beg me for a spot.
Well, that's the way it always was coming up. It's like, oh, I mean, even now in the comedy club, tell me how many women you see on one show.
Exactly.
And then a woman maybe. It used to be, oh, we're going to be doing a ladies' night. Then you got a spot. We're doing a ladies' night. I mean, come on, crazy.
Yeah, and now I get on old people shows. That's cool.
Yeah, we found our niche. A niche. We did. I mean, the young kids stare at me. When I tell them on the ship that my first cruise was the Nina, and these young kids go, "Who's Nina? She an influencer?
Nina
Who's
Simone."
Yeah. So they say, "Shoot." So yeah, I'm fine. I realize that you have your niche,
Yes.
and you can't make it up. I mean, I get disappointed if certain people don't laugh, but you know what? They're not my audience anymore.
That's it. I got told the best thing I got told in my lousy 11 years of comedy, which I quit probably 5 times, was that this comedy club in Portland, Oregon, whose name rhymes with Schmelium, they told me that I have a lot of potential, but they'll never book me because I have nothing in common with the young people and I'm too damn old. So that made me dig deep. And now the people that come up to me afterwards are the young people.
Let me tell you something. These young kids love, when you're a certain age, or old, like, because they look up to, they're like, look at that lady. My grandmother is that age. Oh my God, she's doing it. They love it. They love it. They do. They come up and they go, oh my God, because that's what it is to them. You're their bad grandmother. Really. And they would think, my grandmother. So it's different. They don't think it's almost like, oh my God, look. You get away with it, and they're impressed. And an old lady like you actually has the energy to get up there and talk.
Yes.
So they are. I mean, I feel like these young people think I'm their bad aunt or something like that, So, yeah.
I love inspiring them, and I just hate it when comedians talk down to the young. Because whose fault is it that the young people
Are young?
might be young and stupid or don't know this or that? I mean, the educational system might have not helped them. Their parents and grandparents might have missed the boat. It's not their fault that they don't know this or that.
Right, I agree. Yeah, and you know what? No, you shouldn't talk down to them.
Yeah.
I'm going to list their little bastards.
In that case, go for it.
Go. You kick them in the teeth. Don't even talk down to them.
Don't waste Don't waste your time. Just kick them in the teeth. I think we should end there.
I mean, I just want to say one thing. I was on the bus coming here. You saw that bus. And there's young people sitting, and I go, okay, are you kidding me? These people are sitting, let's see how old this person, I mean, I just have to say something.
I love that.
I do, I don't care. Start with me, I'm a taser, and...
There's so, guys don't
Yeah.
care if a woman is standing, she could have one
Nope.
leg, it could be Linda McCartney.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Is she dead? Is she dead?
What's going on here? Let's ask Elaine, she would know.
Is she coming tonight? I hope so. I
No,
haven't seen her.
she's going up to a show, she's booked time out in Long Island.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
She's a cutie.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I know we gotta end because pretty soon why don't we just record the open mic?
We should.
We'll just sit here and go, okay, you're coming to the stage right now, don't block me.
And here comes another pasty white guy with dick jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God. This is why I quit the business. Yeah.
Thank
Anyway,
you so much
thank
for
you.
watching.
Thank you. I
Thank
love
you,
her.
Michele.
Please, you're amazing to me. Please.
I feel the same way. She's my hero.
Oh, stop.
No, look at her. Look at her.
Look at her. Just look. Look at you.
And go on a cruise ship and see if you can find Michele Balan on stage.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Come to my website. I haven't even updated my website. See how bad I am?
I don't even.
I can't get to anything. It's
I
terrible.
haven't paid for my website. I had one. Now I gotta go create it again.
I know, that's it. I don't even update mine. We have a website. I used to. The last date I have is from way before the pandemic. Yeah.
You wanna know about me? Then just talk to me, you know?
Yeah.
I email somebody a thing and they go, can you send it by text? No! I sent it. Do you want to have me interview you? Yeah, can we talk on text? No, we can't. I'm talking to you here.
Yeah, I know. It's a different world.
We're a different world. Thank
Anyway,
you, Michele.
Thank you all, whoever you are. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was so great.
I don't know how to put this phone for this.
And my phone
That's
didn't
nice.
run out of memory.